What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today we're going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today. Today we're going to be doing a video talking about what do I want to see personally for The Walking Dead Season 8. Not what I necessarily think is going to happen in The Walking Dead Season 8. What do I want to see for Season 8? Now, I've actually not done a Season 8 predictions video. The reason why I've just been really tied with time lately and I have not had the time to do it. But I want to do this video before I do a predictions for what I actually think is going to happen. This is going to be some wishful thinking is what I'm gonna say. Some wishful thinking of what do I think or what do I want to see in Season 8 in terms of beginning, middle, end. Definitely some little tiny elements, whatever. So we're going to talk about that in this video. Again, spoiler warning if you're not caught up. So, bam. So, I don't know. One more thing, though, I do want to show off. I told you guys I was going to get something really cool, Negan related for the background. Here it is, man. Here's the poster. Really, really cool. We have Negan right here. The infamous line, "We're just getting started." So, really, really cool. I love that poster. That is going to stay there for a while. We got Lucille right there. Lucille's thirsty, that type of deal. Pretty awesome. Pretty dark as well because we have that, and then we got my Glenn figure right there, so not too far away. And there's a 10-inch Negan coming out this year, so I definitely will pick that up and have him next to Glenn. Pretty brutal. But I want to definitely just a little toy rifle. Anyway, so I definitely want to do this one, which is what do I want to see for The Walking Dead Season 8. So, I mean, I think the first thing definitely for the the season premiere, I want to see the scene from the comic books where Rick and the others attack the sanctuary. I really think that would be an amazing start to Season 8. Where they attack, there's a huge walker herd that attacks the sanctuary, and Negan and the others have to fight off. It's a huge walker herd, and Rick's group has to get out of there, but they do have a huge gun battle that will probably last a while in the premiere, and then Negan and the others have to deal with the walkers, and then I'd like to see maybe at the end of the premiere, Rick's group back in Alexandria thinking everything's okay, and then Negan and the others somehow survived, and we might see how they survived, and then there's the scene from the comic books where he drops bombs on Alexandria. So I feel like that could be a great premiere. Just that stuff by itself, I think would make a sick premiere. So that's my kind of thing of what I would like to see personally for the premiere. Now, with the second, third, fourth episode, around here, I just want to see some back and forth fighting. I mean, I really do. Seeing some stuff from the comic books, there's an infamous line from Maggie where she says, "I believe in Rick Grimes." Now, that could be in the series for sure. I'd definitely like to see that. She's giving a speech to the Hilltop people. I'd love to see Lauren Cohan do that with, Andrew Lincoln, where she says that she believes in Rick Grimes. So, pretty sick. In terms of all the Negan stuff, what do I want to see from Negan from the season? I just want to see him fighting against Rick, and I definitely want to see him start to lose, because, of course, our group has been pinned down by them. I want to see Negan lose in some capacity. Maybe not 100%, like get killed or whatever, because I love Negan, I don't want to see him die. But I don't want to see our group underneath Negan's thumb, so to speak. I want to see them up and going. And that's why I wish Negan would just be part of the group. He'd be an awesome addition, and none of the stuff would ever happen, and he'd be, one of the most valuable characters from Rick's group. But, of course, you have to have some excitement in The Walking Dead, and that's kind of one of the things they're bringing to us in Season 8 is Negan against Rick. Now, speaking about Negan against Rick, I want to see a Negan versus Rick one-on-one fight, and I do think we will see that. Probably, I was gonna say maybe around. They could do it in episode 100. They really could. I just want to see a fight where they're just beating each other up, and it's just everybody's letting them fight it out, right? And there's an infamous scene from the comic books. Now, this one could take, around. This part, I think, will only be near the end of the war, because based off the comics, this was only at the end of the war. And this is when we see Negan and Rick fight. This is kind of the definitive battle scene, right? Where we see Rick and Negan. Rick comes out. He says he's going to surrender. All of Negan's guys are there. They're ready to kill Rick, at least most of them. And Negan's ready to kill Rick. And then Rick kind of switches it around and tells Negan about his plans, about what he's going to do if he survives. And Negan kind of thinks, well, you know what? A new beginning would be pretty nice. And that's when we get to the new beginning. But the trades down there. But the thing about that is that I love it because then we see the scene where Rick just cuts Negan in the throat when Negan's distracted by Rick's plans, and he just cuts him, and like a little bit here. And I feel like that could be really great because then we could see them two fight, and then we do see Negan take down Rick, break his leg. We see, I believe, him kicking Rick in the face at one point. But maybe they could change it up too, where Rick ground and pounds Negan too as well, and it's just a fight between them two. Even better in the comics, we see them just beating each other up like how Rick and the Governor were, just that type of deal. But this time, not Michonne coming behind Negan and stabbing Negan. Something where they both survive, everybody lets them fight it out, and it gets to the point where they're beat down, and then Dwight from the comic books, if you guys remember this scene, picks up Lucille, tells everybody to stand down, and says, stand down, the war is over. That would be a great way to end season 8, I feel like, and especially when we see Rick give that big speech, how we're going to have a new beginning, and they throw Negan in the jail cell. I feel like that is going to be amazing. Now, I feel like in the TV series, I feel like Rick will just want to kill Negan. Of course they do, but, of course, what I'm trying to say is he'll try to kill Negan, and he doesn't want to imprison him. Who is going to be the one that tells Rick, just imprison him? You don't have to kill him. We've killed so many people already. You don't have to kill Negan. And I'm sure Rick is thinking it's a mistake, but he takes the person's word for it. I don't think in the TV series that Andrew Lincoln's Rick will just say, let's imprison him. I think if it wasn't for whoever's going to tell him, just imprison him, I think Rick would be ready to kill him. And I honestly would like to see Rick maybe winding up maybe with a knife or something, ready to kill him, and then somebody stops him. Somebody grabs his hand and stops him, or just something like that, and then says, we can imprison Negan. And I'm sure fans are gonna hate the person that's gonna tell Rick to imprison Negan. I'm sure a lot of people say, oh, it's gonna be Morgan that does that. I don't know, because he's willing to kill now, so he might actually agree with Rick and say, Rick, kill him. So very possible, but that I definitely would love to see. Now, another thing I'd like to see, I want to see more flashbacks for Negan. We have the comic book series, Here's Negan, which is an awesome, awesome comic book series, but I want to see more of that. Negan's laughing at you guys. Anyway. So, we have that, but I mean, that comic book it's pretty short. It's like a webisode, in a comic version. That's kind of what it is. So, it's like not even a quarter of an issue. It's like 4 or 5 pages, each issue. So, what I'm saying is, I think I'd like to see maybe a full episode, maybe extended, that type of deal, of what happened to Negan, how he became in charge of all the Saviors. They could really do an episode like that with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, because I would absolutely love to see that. He's not like the Governor where people skip those Governor episodes. No, this is going to be one I'm sure people, I've heard tons of people who love Negan. A lot of people love Negan. And at first they didn't, but after a little while, a lot of people started to like Negan. I know at least about a good 70% of the people out there love Negan. Just based off his character. He's done some crazy things, but, it's, we still like him as a character. And, people probably want to know what happened to him. So, I'd like to see that. Maybe something similar to what we saw in season 6 with Morgan and Eastman. Like, something where they show you what happened to Negan. But at the beginning of the zombie apocalypse, did Negan have a kid? Did he not? I'm sure if he had a kid, the kid would be pretty sick, to be honest with you. I'd definitely hang out with that kid. And seeing Negan, maybe when he loses his wife. Does he cheat on her? I'm going to guess so, because he has tons of wives at the sanctuary, so I'm going to guess so. And just see him as a gym teacher as well. That type of deal from that comic book. Translate that to a whole episode in a TV show. I think that might have been their original plan anyway. So I think they could do that to space out All Out War a bit. Fill one episode, maybe even 2 episodes. Maybe 2 episodes would be a little too much for some people that don't like Negan. But I'd like to see one solid episode of that. That would be absolutely amazing. Now, of course, seeing Negan, as a gym teacher, that'd be cool as well. Making fun of his students, that type of deal. And seeing him find Dwight for the first time, get all his saviors together. And maybe I'd love to see at the end of that big episode, the scene where Negan's in the RV and he's ready to come out and kill Glenn and Abraham. That would be a great part. When Negan's in the RV and he just he's ready to go out there and meet Rick's group, and he hears the knock from Simon, and he's ready to come out and take down some guys. So that'd be a great way to end a great episode like that. So you know what? I think they need to do that. AMC, if you're watching this, probably not, but if you're watching this, please can you do an episode like that, because that would be absolutely awesome. So, and I'm sure Jeffrey D. Morgan would definitely love to have a backstory of Negan episode type of deal, because Jeffrey D. Morgan loves The Walking Dead, of course. So, I can't get enough of that poster, man. So, a lot of Negan probably next season as well, just like we saw in season 7, maybe even a little bit more could be possible if we get an episode like that. But just seeing the war, seeing who's going to die, I'm going to predict, I think we definitely will see a couple big deaths. Maybe they could throw in some other stuff from the comic books, like they could throw in the Junkyard Group, see how they fit in. Could we start seeing Whispers this season? I think that's a bit early, but we did see Maria Bello a couple of months ago that was casted, and she looks like Alpha. So, and that was for season 8. So, could we see her maybe like in the finale of season 8? That could be possible, kind of. I wouldn't mind that, actually, if we did see the Whispers in maybe the very last episode of season 8 for a quick scene, and then we kind of see him next season. That'd be okay. I'd be okay with that, but I don't want them to bring it in too early, because I want people to talk about how crazy the war's going. So, the last thing, I definitely also want to see Rick get shot by Dwight's arrow, right? If you guys remember, and then Rick survives. I think that would make people go crazy, I definitely want to see that as well. So, and it'd be definitely Negan who forces him, just like in the comic books. But I want to see also what happens with Dwight next season too. So, and whose side he's really on. So, or is he even on his side, right? And also, will Eugene survive? Will Negan kill Eugene? Big question. So anyway, guys, make sure to write your comments below. I'm so excited for season 8. I can't believe we have to wait. But we're already a couple weeks into the break. So anyway, guys, write your comments below, and I'll see you guys really soon. Peace.